The leadership for Georgia's most successful football era was provided by the seniors of 1983.
Lassinger's got it. Lassinger's got the first down. Lassinger trying to get it. Touchdown! Touchdown, Lassinger!
There have been numerous win streaks in Georgia's illustrious football history. The Orange and Rose Bowl teams of 1941 and 1942 brought the Bulldogs widespread national acclaim. From 1945 to 1949, Georgia was invited to 4 bowls. These teams won 36 games and a Southeastern Conference title. The teams of 66, 67, and 68 won 26 games, including a Cotton Bowl championship and 2 conference titles. But none of these teams could match the group that came to Georgia as freshmen in 1980. A national championship, 3 Southeastern Conference championships, and a top 5 national ranking each year. These teams provided Georgia fans with moments never to be forgotten. If this group helped make up a team of destiny as it rose to the national championship in 1980, it became a team of adversity in 1983. There were injuries and times when key players sat out games in order to uphold Coach Vince Dooley's disciplinary principles. It was a team that time and time again fought back to win, only to lose the conference championship by one game. Winning close games became a tradition with this group. They came from behind in 7 games in 1982 and had to make 7 comebacks in 1983. The Bulldogs of 1983 outscored their opponents 92-24 in the fourth quarter. Clearly, this was a team that never quit. The Bulldogs began the season without Herschel Walker, but the team was determined to prove that it was not a one-man team. The Bulldogs also lost its outstanding defensive back Jeff Sanchez to injury, and quarterback John Lastinger was recovering from knee surgery. As the '83 season approached, problems and question marks dominated the Bulldog locker room, but this team had something to prove. Winning early was a key factor if the Dogs were to develop momentum. Before a sellout crowd at Sanford Stadium, they got off to a good start against UCLA. 2 Kevin Butler field goals and a 4-yard touchdown run by Todd Williams gave Georgia a 12-6 lead at the half. Late in the game, Georgia took an intentional safety, and with 1 minute left, the Georgia defense stopped the UCLA threat with a Charlie Dean interception return of 64 yards. Final score, Georgia, 19-8. 2 blocked field goals by Terry Hogue were the big defensive plays against Clemson. And sophomore quarterback Todd Williams kept the Dogs in the fight, which ended in a 16-16 tie when Kevin Butler kicked a 31-yard field goal. Freshman David McCluskey's 41-yard run put Georgia ahead of South Carolina early. But the score was tied 10-10 at the half. Then, John Lastinger, taking over for the injured Todd Williams, sparked the Dogs to a 21-point second half and a 31-13 victory. Field goals by Kevin Butler and a pair of touchdowns by Keith Montgomery were enough offense against Mississippi State. And there was plenty of good defense, which kept State's highly regarded quarterback John Bond in check. The Dogs were not expecting an easy game in Oxford, but it turned out to be the best afternoon of the year for the Bulldog offense, featuring a 54-yard touchdown run by fullback Barry Young. A 30-yard run by Keith Montgomery at Vandy gave the Bulldogs a 14-10 lead at the half. But the Commodores kept fighting back, and the Bulldog defense kept holding. With time running out, Vandy made a bid for victory, but a great defensive play by Terry Hogue and an interception by Andre Holmes ended the Vanderbilt threat. Down 14-10 at the half against Kentucky, the Dogs put the game away with a 23-point blitz in the third quarter. A 24-point effort in the second half a week later against Temple gave Georgia its 7th win. At Jacksonville, before the CBS cameras, Georgia and Florida were fighting for the Southeastern Conference title. The Gators dominated the game until the fourth quarter. Only the heroics of the Georgia defense kept the Bulldogs in the game. Late in the third quarter, Georgia found itself trailing 9-3 and setting up offense at its own 1-yard line. It looked like the Bulldogs' 5-game win streak over Florida was about to end. But Lastinger directed a sensational march to victory. A fourth straight SEC title was possible against Auburn in Athens, but the Tigers seemed comfortably ahead, 13-0 as the final quarter began. But the Dogs, as they did so often in 1983, came up with a late touchdown. Then ignited hope by recovering an onside kick. But with no timeouts and facing an Auburn defense playing its best, the Bulldogs were unable to capitalize and lost its first home game in 4 years. The SEC title was not possible for Georgia, but the state championship was when the Dogs met Georgia Tech at Grant Field. Tech, led by tailback Robert Levette, kept the game close for 4 quarters. The Bulldog offense kept putting points on the board, but Tech kept coming back. But late in the game, the defense came through with this Tony Flack interception. And the Bulldogs had their 6th straight win over the Jackets. Georgia in 1983 blended a big play defense with an offense that featured a strong offensive line. The defense was anchored by 280-pound Mike Weaver, and there were consistent performances from players like Max Culpepper, Tommy Thurston, Darrell Jones, and Tony Flack. The Bulldogs haven't had a pair of big playmakers like Freddie Gilbert and Terry Hogue since the days of Bill Stanfill and Jake Scott. Hogue, a two-time All-American, began his career by blocking 2 field goals against Notre Dame in the 1980 National Championship game. According to Vince Dooley, Hogue was the greatest defensive player he had ever seen. On offense, the Bulldogs got a consistent game-after-game performance from Barry Young at fullback. And no athlete has ever gone through more frustration than quarterback John Lastinger. Through sheer determination, Lastinger overcame a knee injury to win the starting assignment. He then lost his job and got it back. During his career, Lastinger lost only 2 games, coming within 11 points of perfection. No athlete has ever felt more vindication than Lastinger when he scored in Dallas to win the Cotton Bowl. It was another defensive battle for 3 quarters, and Georgia seemed to be out of it late, Texas leading 9-3. The Georgia defense denied the Longhorns throughout the afternoon, waiting for the break that finally came.
Bearcat signal goes up, and it is dropped. And the scramble is on, and Georgia's got the football at the 23-yard line. Georgia's got the football. Curry tried to field it. Moss got the ball. 4th turnover by Texas. Georgia, trailing by 6 points, has it 1st and 10 at the Texas 23-yard line with 4:32 to play.
Vince Dooley may have been a prophet. Craig Curry, number 5, right there over his shoulder. The ball comes out of his hands. Jitter Fields, number 25, can't hang on to it. Moss, number 24, is make the recovery. But Vince Dooley said all we want to do is be able to hang in there in the 4th quarter and find a way to win. A big turnover puts him in a position to do so.
Motion all the way across. Herman Archie. That's the fullback, Barry Young. To the 21-yard line. Ray Woodard made the tackle. 2nd and 8. Can the Texas defense now, ranked number 1 in the nation, keep Georgia out of the end zone here? If Georgia can drive in and score, they would tie the score, and then the conversion would make it possible for them to take the lead. It's the best Georgia position to start a drive of the ball game. Ron Jackson. Ron Jackson out to the 17-yard line. Mark Lang made the tackle.
And one more time, this Texas defense, the senior defense, is going to ask to stop an offensive team late in the ball game. They've done that a number of times this year. We've seen it against SMU. They did it against Baylor.
3rd down and 4 yards to go. One of the key plays of the day right here. 3rd and 4 for Georgia. Harris to the left side. Archie short to the right side. Archie in motion across. Lastinger's got it. Lastinger's got the first down. Lastinger trying to get in. Touchdown! Touchdown, Lastinger. 17 yards.
I knew it was going to be close, and I dove from about the 4-yard line, and I was just trying to get inside the pylon, and as I was fairly confident that I had scored, but I had to check with the referee to see if he felt the same way. And when I saw his hands go up, it was a great feeling. It was just like I said, glory to old George.